Hello everyone, I welcome you on board flight of Captain Vijay. The flight duration will be less than 10 minutes and today we'll fly through what is SPL, PPL, CPL and ATPL pilot licenses issued by DGCA in India. So fasten your seat belts as we are ready for takeoff. There are many different types of licenses issued by DGCA in the field of civil aviation, and that too in many categories like aeroplane, helicopters, microlight, gliders, balloons, and even drones. But for candidates who are aspiring to become a commercial pilot, you need to know 4 major licenses which is issued by DGCA. These are SPL, which stands for Student Pilot License, PPL, which stands for Private Pilot License, CPL, Commercial Pilot License, and finally the last one, ATPL, stands for Airline Transport Pilot License. First we will discuss the role and requirement for these licenses, and then we will go in detail for the criteria you need to meet to get these licenses. First license is SPL, which stands for Student Pilot License. Candidates who are aspiring to acquire CPL license need to join one of the DGCA approved flying schools. For undergoing flying training at flying school, Student Pilot License is mandatory. This license does not require you to have any previous flying experience. Only requirement you have to additionally meet is Class 2 medicals. Most of the time this license is issued by the flying school itself under the authority of DGCA. SPL is automatically cancelled once you upgrade to CPL standards. To summarize, SPL license is required for undergoing flying training at flying schools. A student pilot can fly only within Indian territory. He'll also have to fly at all times under the authority and supervision of a flight instructor or examiner. He shall fly under visual flight rules only, since he is not instrument rated. He shall not carry any passengers or fly for hire or remuneration of any kind. He shall not undertake cross-country flights unless he has got a minimum of 10 hours of solo flight time and he has passed the examination in air regulation and aviation meteorology. This may be the reason for the candidates to pass the DGCA exam before joining flying school. Next is PPL, which stands for Private Pilot License. It is synonymous to your private car driving license. Anyone who wishes to fly a private aeroplane not meant for commercial purpose needs to obtain this license from DGCA. PPL is for pilots who wish to fly for adventure, as a sport or as a hobby, but not for commercial purposes. A private pilot license holder can fly as pilot in command or a co-pilot, but not for remuneration. Next in the category is CPL, which stands for Commercial Pilot License, and this license is the stepping stone for you to enter civil aviation sector as a commercial pilot who is authorized to fly passengers for commercial activity. CPL is a co-pilot or first officer in commercial airlines which carries passengers on board. However, he is not authorized to be a captain of commercial aeroplane with weight more than 5,700 kg. Top and last in the list of licenses is ATPL, which stands for Airline Transport Pilot License. This license requires huge experience and a pilot has to meet a large number of eligibility criteria to get ATPL license. This license authorizes a pilot to be a captain or in command of a commercial aeroplane carrying passengers with weight of the aircraft more than 5,700 kg, and which is obviously the case in case of all commercial airlines. Having seen the role and requirement, let's see what is the experience and eligibility criteria required to get these licenses. Eligibility and experience criteria for obtaining student pilot license are as follows. Age 16 years, educational qualification minimum 10th, medical fitness class 2 medical standards, knowledge, oral exam in all 5 ground subjects conducted at flying school. The license is valid for 2 years. And for SPL, RTR, FRTOL and ELP etc. is not mandatory. Eligibility and experience criteria for PPL. age minimum 17 years, educational qualification 10th pass, medical fitness class 2 medical standard, knowledge pass written examination in all 5 subjects, flying experience, total of 40 hours of flight time which shall include 10 hours of solo flight, 5 hours of cross country and 5 hours of solo in last 12 months. He shall have completed flying training in accordance with the syllabus prescribed by DGCA, and he should have cleared his skill test in last 6 months. Eligibility and experience criteria for CPL: age minimum 18 years, educational qualification 10+2 with physics and maths, medical fitness class 1, knowledge should have passed DGCA examination in all 5 ground subjects, experience total of 200 hours of flying experience which should include 100 hours as pilot in command, out of which 15 hours completed in last 6 months, 20 hours of cross country flight as pilot in command, 10 hours of instrument flying of which 5 hours may be on simulator, 5 hours by night including a minimum 10 takeoff and 10 landing as pilot in command in last 6 months. He need to clear the skill test in previous 6 months, which will consist of general flying test by day, general flying test by night, a cross country flying test by day and cross country flying test by night. And of course he need to hold RTR, FR2L and ELP licenses as well. Eligibility and experience criteria for ATPL: age minimum 21 years, educational qualification 10+2 with maths and physics, medical fitness class 1 medical, knowledge should have passed written exam in all 5 subjects and Viva also for the applicable subjects. In case you already hold a CPL license, then your AirRegs exam is excused. Flying experience total of 1500 hours. Out of these, pilot in command at least 250 hours as pilot in command, out of which 100 hours cross country pilot in command and 50 hours night pilot in command. Talking about the cross country flying experience requirements, he should have flown at least 500 hours of cross country. Out of this, 100 hours must be by night. Additionally, 75 hours of instrument flying, out of which 50 hours has to be actual. 20 hours of flying in last 6 months. He should have current instrument rating on multi-engine aircraft. His FR2L and ELP license must be current. And he should have given his skill test by day and night by a DGCA approved examiner in the previous 6 months from the date of application of his license. CPL holders are exempted from skill test if they are already rated on type and in last 6 months they have had 10 hours as pilot in command or 20 hours as a co-pilot on type. So hope this video has helped you in understanding the flying licenses issued by DGCA, their role and the eligibility criteria to get them. With this, we have arrived at our destination. Hope to see you on board again for the next flight. Like, share and subscribe if you wish. Happy landings.